Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus again, spokesman and advocate for basic human rights for all people. I don't know why it's so important to me that satisfaction in life is something that is an individual thing and you determine what it is. And that, as I have experienced, it is those pains and sufferings that are denied, a pain that we never have to experience, that helps us and maintains us in that status of a satisfied life. As soon as the pain and suffering comes, well, that in itself indicates that the life is not one that is satisfying. So I use myself as the guinea pig. And as I live my life, I find out that there are certain things that I love. Excuse me. And you know what they are. They're meeting the needs, the daily needs of life: food, clothing, and education, smart enough to take care of what you're doing. And most of all, to be free, to walk down the street, anything, and not have to worry about fear from anyone. Not just the snakes in the grass, but not having to worry about the snakes because there, well, we hope would be no snakes in shoes. And you're passed by people and you feel the joy of those that you pass by, and it energizes you to more joy. I'm telling you, my friends, for me, that's like a satisfying life when I'm joyous, you see. They talk about people who smile all the time. Well, that's a good thing when you say. And you're healthy, and things get a little rocky or shaky, then this is satisfying. And when you turn around and look at it all. Look at the transportation system, look at your ability to create, then you would say that's a satisfying life. And for the most part, you're basically living your dreams. This is who I'm referring to, would be living my dreams. I'd be living my dreams, ladies and gentlemen. Arguing with no one. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And why? Because I had no arguments with anyone. I had not to fight with anyone. I hadn't to challenge anyone. Everything was like in sync, like hands in a glove or fingers between fingers. And so they're accepting that. And I'm just one individual. I live in a world, a little town called Itabena, Mississippi, in a country called the United States of America. Just a small sand and a drop of an ocean, if you, not even that big. But what I just described to you is, for me, a satisfying life. And I think about how satisfying that is. But one thing I didn't mention, Sophie, and that is this: that as wonderful and as satisfying as this life is, it was extended to the human race. The ability to manifest and cause within themselves the same kind of satisfaction in life. And having done that, we were able to intermingle. And now it's not just me. It's not just you and you and you and you. It's us and us and us and us. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I've been to schools, I've traveled, I've been educated in religious speak. And I have never, ever come across something like that. I don't know where it comes from. It's just, I'm expressing it to you as it has been exposed to me. And that, my friends, I've been pursuing for years, trying to go through whatever I have to go through to learn how to articulate the message. And what perhaps is the message, if this, what I've just shared, is not sufficient enough, that would draw you, that would wake what you, when I say you, I'm talking about those who can't see a satisfying life. My. It's been over 40-some years because before then I was just like everybody else. I was just like I would say you are. Life was going on. And the stuff that I speak is foreign, so why should I waste my time on something like that? I got bills to pay. You know the story. And so we find ourselves not going into place. I've spoken to the Christian community. I've spoken all across this country. Put out videos, DVDs, cable access. I mean, and it is what it is. If you don't understand what it is, turn your television on. Flip the channels. You'll see. Now, I come to the January 6ers. Those who are so dissatisfied with the American way, and I can understand why you're dissatisfied with the American way, because the American way is not proper. It is not sufficient to meet the needs that I've just described to you. And you have chosen the path to do and express yourselves as you did on January 6th. Even that build up, that climbing, those stairs that would bring you to this point where you're about to explode, and on January 6th, you explode. So I'm thinking to myself, if I've tried everything I possibly could to reach the rest of the people of this country, in my community, in my churches, walking down the street, these same people that I just got to describing that would make us so full and complete. And the results remains as they are. So, I remember hearing on those stairways to January 6th that this was the righteous way. I remember hearing that this was God's way, that God was sending a voice, a representative to be the voice of that which would make America great again, that would make America great again. I don't remember hearing anything about making the world better, but I'm assuming that if America is great, then that which is around it will become great. So I'm hearing the religious leaders praying to God, prophesying that there is no way that God would turn the power off in a movement that is being called, as they see it, by God. And so, when things didn't seem to turn out like God wanted it to, then God was directing them according to them to rise up, to assemble themselves, being called perhaps by that voice, so they could take care of the business. And so on that fateful day, I don't have to repeat it. You just turn your television on. You can see it happening. You can see this God-fearing new way that we have been able to hide from being exposed to us, what it takes. And then the fire was started. But it didn't come out the way you expected it to, the way you had planned it to at that time, but the war is still on. You just lost that battle. Do you want to win? I mean, the rest of the world have turned, according to that what I just shared with you, have said no. But you are the true voice. And if you are the true voice, then those of you, even those of you who are not in jail, those of you who are not in prison, those of you who were in Washington, those who were breaking into those buildings, all of you, including the religious community, all of those prophetess, all of those God-fearing, laughing at whatever was going on. All of you, stand up and say again that you were representing God. But this time, don't go down there fighting. Just descend in numbers to the center of power and refuse not to just stand there, but to stand against the system that produces what we produce every day. In other words, let us start changing. Let us give thought. Let us give concentration to the life that ends up being satisfying, where you and us can be satisfied. Let us change ourselves. Let us build within us, individually and as a community, a new way of responding, that which none of us have tried. And we don't have to act in violence, because when we acted in violence, it didn't work. So let's act with authority of love, knowing that what we do it for the benefit of us all, for peace and prosperity and freedom and joy and happiness and the fulfillment of our dreams, that our needs, our wants, and our desires might be met at our choosing, and that we suffer for nothing. Why? Because we have energized and allowed the power of the almighty spirit of love to be energized, and that which we do represents love. It draws from us understanding of what must be done to say, hello, my friend, hello, my brother, and stop being a warmonger, stop being haters and racists and bigots and liars and cheaters, and become lovers. I challenge any man on the face of the earth to show me the negativity of that. Show me the evilness of that. Show me the demonicness of that. Show it to me. And if you can't show it to me, then what's up? Well, I guess what I'm saying to the world is, those of you who want to be powerful and rulers and champions, the truth of what makes that possible is love, not hate, because with hate comes force. Beatings, when you see cops with billy sticks beating people because these people have rejected what is going on, and rather than even consider fixing it, you send your mob out who have the legalities to take these sticks and guns to beat down and kill, to force your evilness on the world, or just your people, or your family. But love, hey, love, if you can't find a way, love will make a way. Nah, you can't beat love. I'm going to tell you that. So with that, I'm going to say to all of you January 6th and all of those of you out there who are talking about following Donald Trump in America and others in other parts of the world, change your way if you want to try to make a difference in the world. That what you're doing? It's not going anyplace. Never has and never will.